What's up, guys?
Hola.
So,
Yeah, got the three of us back together for, gosh, it's been like 6 weeks or so.
Hey, Richie's like a groundhog. He just pops up every so often, and
Yep.
if he
So
sees his shadow, he gets scared and runs
Is it
away.
going to be a long? Is it going to be a long winter? That's what I want to know, Rich.
it's going to be a long winter. It's cold already, so I don't know. Cold here anyway. Like it was warm and then hit 30 a couple days ago. Yeah, it's going to be long.
Did you
long.
Did you get snow yet up there?
No snow.
We had a little bit of snow back on. Was it Monday? I don't know. Whatever day earlier this week. I don't even know what day it is anymore. But yeah, it dusted the cars and everything. It was got down into the 26 was the low.
Yeah.
So and we got 27. It was we got Monday and Tuesday. It was highs in the mid to high 40s, and then lows in the 20s.
It just seems too early in the year for that.
No, it's never too early for that.
I don't need that. Oh, hey, did you guys get Northern Lights stuff?
I can't see because we have a bunch of trees in our backyard.
Rich, you got enough away from the city lights to see anything? Or not?
I don't know. The dog was barking at something, but I have no idea what he was barking at.
It was a solar flare. There was one in your backyard. No, it was the Aurora Borealis.
Yes,
localized in your backyard.
Localized entirely in your kitchen. No, it was cool. I got to see it. It was a couple nights ago, and kind of caught us off guard because I kind of knew it was going to happen, but yeah, it was pretty vibrant. It was pretty cool. All right, let's get to the matter at hand here. We got a lot of video game techie stuff to look at, and we kind of have a little note sheet here. I think we'll just kind of run this down.
I don't know. I think we need to go with your exciting news first.
Oh yeah. I do have to say this one. And speaking of this video game stuff, I got an email yesterday that the Analog 3D was finally shipping. So the pre-orders will begin shipping next week on the 18th of November, and everything that's been pre-ordered will ship before December the 1st.
Nice. I don't believe it.
That's what I'm thinking. And I was gonna go look real quick to see my my order, and I checked this yesterday, and it was October the 21st, 2024. So we're in limited run territory, gentlemen.
That's great. That's fantastic. It's good to know that it's not just limited run.
No. So I don't know. I am curious. This was going to be a system that I kind of replaced my current 64 with in my garage. I had that in my garage is where I have a lot of my classic console set up. So I was just going to put my classic 64 away by, kind of put that to the side and utilize this bad boy. Because I don't have a CRT in there, and I don't have the different hookups you can do to upscale and all that. I just didn't want to ever put the money out for it. I honestly didn't want to put the money out for this thing, but I thought it was reasonable enough that it the price point that I could take a shot with it, and the fact that it's compatible with those really cool. I know Bob, you're a big fan of them. Those controllers that are compatible with like the Switch 2, the ones that they make, and they're really competitive price wise. So I thought, at least gives me something that if whatever reason I didn't end up playing it enough, but I grabbed a couple controllers for it, that I could use those for other things. So it seemed like it was a worthwhile investment. But plus I love the 64. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
It's the 8-bit. I just picked up the 8-bit Ultimate or whatever to use on my Mac. It's very nice.
Yeah, what is it? The 2C Ultimate or something like that?
I have no idea. It's the one that came with a dock. It was very
pretty.
Nice.
Nice.
Cool. So I'm excited. It's been a long time coming, but this will be now it's winter set in. I'm gonna hook this sucker up to my main TV and have at it. So
there you go. So speaking of systems, we've got the. Which one do we want to go with first? Do we want to go with the Japan only console that's being released, or do we want to talk about the one that's going to be making its way stateside too?
let's go Japan only first, and then we'll go big. We'll go big.
So you guys are aware that Nintendo did the Switch 2 Japan only region locked edition, right?
I've seen this.
So Nintendo did a deep discount. Well, as far as Nintendo's concerned, Japan only region locked Japanese Switch 2. And I forget what it sold for, but it was like, I think $150 less than what we were paying. Well, Sony has decided to do the same thing with the PlayStation 5. And they've released a PlayStation 5 that sells for, I want to say, $350. And it's digital only. And it's the 825 gig instead of the 1 terabyte. But it's so you get the slim system, digital only, and it's region locked to Japan. It can accept a disk drive, but again, it has to be region locked to Japan. But what do you guys think of that? The catering to the Japanese market.
I don't know, Rich, go for it on this one. I'm going to
I
collect
don't
my
know.
thoughts.
Is it catering to the Japanese market, or is it telling us to go fuck ourselves over tariffs? It could be one or the other.
Yeah. No. I agree, and that's what they said. Is they said that it's to get around the tariff. You know, that since they don't have to pay the tariffs on it, they can release it at a cheaper price point, which makes sense. It's they're not having to put out extra money to sell it. Yeah, pass the savings on to the consumer. I think it's awesome if you're Japanese or if you know how to read and write Japanese.
So we should just go and buy our American-made consoles that don't exist, so we don't have to pay our tariffs on them.
The game tank.
Yeah,
it's a shame that the Intellivision Amico bombed like it did.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he'll come back up in conversation later on.
Oh, I'm sure that
he always does.
He's gonna pop up somewhere and be like, see, if you would have just got the Amico, if you would have just supported it, you wouldn't have to be paying tariffs on it.
Yeah, I thought about that too, and I thought, this is where I'm going to show probably my own stupidity on all this stuff. I would assume that like the PlayStation 5 and the Nintendo products like the Switch 2 and even the Switch really, but if we're talking specifically the these region locked ones, I guess technically wouldn't it be cheaper just because of having to stay within their own bounds too? Like it's closer. They don't have to ship them anywhere, really. I mean, wouldn't that be part of it as well? Or am I misreading that?
No. I would imagine so.
Sounds valid to me.
Yeah, less shipping costs because you're not having to get these freighters and stuff to cargo ships and whatnot. And there's a lot that goes into it.
That's kind of how I read it, was that you were just, and it makes a lot of sense. I mean, because that's where you're just trying to cut through the red tape. Yeah. And, I mean, I guess the funny thing is, there's people that are hardcore video game collectors that are obviously going to seek these things out now. That I don't know what they're going to do with them, here stateside, but
it'll go sit on a shelf somewhere.
Yeah.
And then like 5 years from now, they'll try and sell it for some exorbitant amount of money.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you're going to see popping on eBay for, $2,000.
Yeah. And then, 5 years after that, nobody will want it, like Funko Pops.
Oh, man.
Which, hey, did you guys see they're about to go out of business?
Are they really?
Yeah. Yeah, their business is tanked.
They just got a new CEO, though, and it was somebody odd. Like, I forget where they said he was before Funko, but it was
Was
I
it
wasn't
Dildo?
expecting Funko today. New CEO.
Yeah, he was at an adult toy products company. Let's see.
He came from Netflix.
Oh.
Wow, how do you go from Wow.
Netflix to Funko.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Interesting. That's a weird transition.
Yes, I feel like that's why it stuck in my head.
Yeah, that's super weird. Maybe that's why they're tanking.
No, they said this guy made like their last couple of things came back up a little bit. It's I don't know. Funko's weird. I don't have a whole lot of Funkos. I do like the concept where they have like licenses for absolutely anything, but when they all look the same, it's hard to justify too in a way. I really want to play the Battlestar Galactica game that's locked behind a Funko thing just because it's a Battlestar Galactica game, like 1970s Battlestar Galactica. But I still want to pay the $35 for the game to play it. Wait for hopefully Christmas it'll go deep discount. It'd be nice.
Rich, you made a thing that made me think of this. I wanted to put this in our notes, but I'm so glad you said it because I want to hear you guys' opinion on this. So you said licensing, which I agree. I think that's the coolest thing about Funko Pops is like practically anything that you could think of. And there's, my daughter is a big Devo fan and she has a Devo Funko Pop. Actually, I think she has a couple of them. So I think that's really cool. I mean, in this day to be able to get something like that. Licensing thing, though, it came out within the last day or two about the Fallout Anniversary Edition upgrade. And with that upgrade, it torpedoed The Wanderer as a song in the game, took it out. So I know, Bob, I see the look on your face. I know, how your feelings about this. And there's different things that I've read about this over time. Dion himself wasn't supposedly like completely on board with the violence of the game whenever his song was included. I've seen that. I think part of me was that he just got a raw deal on the royalties. Personally, is more so probably the case. But in any event, with this anniversary edition, it got axed. And I don't know that any other music did. I did not read it. This one just is basically at the top of the headlines, to be honest, in that realm. But here we have a game that's 10 years old, and they're claiming that, there's issues with licensing. I mean, man, that's tough because think about the games we used to play that have iconic soundtracks. Could you imagine popping that in? And then, hey, I'm going to play Twisted Metal Black, and guess what? It doesn't open with anymore because they lost the licensing for it.
Right. Well, that's why all the music games, like Rock Band and all that stuff, had to go away.
Well, that happened already with
be listed.
The Tony Hawk games. Didn't they have to change some of the songs on the redos of that because of music issues?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that stuff happens. They lose the licensing on. I just thought it was funny that you have a game that's still in circulation, and then it was an update to it that axed it completely.
Right,
yeah, that part was a little concerning, because it's like, hey, there's a ton of songs in that game that the general population would not know. Rocket 69 and Uranium Fever and all these things that the general population would not know. And they brought them back up in the pop culture. But to take a song like that it's like fairly iconic for the game and just gone. It was like, ooh, that's, I don't know, it was a little tough to see.
Yeah, it sucks. And this is where we're at now in the digital age. And, obviously, even if you have it physically, it's patching it out. So it's not like the only way to really keep it is to disconnect your system, wipe it, and then fresh install and never connect to the internet ever.
Right. No, that was the funny conversation I had. Katie plays a lot of Fallout. That's kind of like one of her games. And she's like, well, I'm not updating it. And I was like, well, unfortunately, you may get to a point where it auto updates because typically all that stuff does. And I said, you might get to a point where it might not let you play it if you don't update because of system updates. So, yeah, it sucks, So, bye-bye, The Wanderer. R.I.P.
Wah, 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 wah. You mentioned Twisted Metal Black too, and I just started I'm behind, but started watching the second season of Twisted Metal. It's fun. It's just a fun show.
It's awesome. Yeah, I'm dude. I'm same way. I'm like 3/4 of the way through now. It's so good. It's witty. It's quick. You know, the character build up is fantastic.
I like they brought Mr. Grimm in, and in the first couple of times you see him, he's like sucking souls out of people, and then they show you from somebody else's perspective, and it's just him twitching in front of the body.
Yeah, it looks like a tweaker. Yeah,
that's great.
And it's cool too because it really dives into that. One thing I did, I prefer the Mr. Grimm on like the Twisted Metal Black, storyline where he's like the war guy who's going crazy and has the skull like over his head, not the helmet. But he's always been a supernatural character, so I totally dig the way they went with him in the show.
Axel, they brought in Axel, which is funny.
Yeah, Bob, you watched any of that yet?
I started watching the first episode and I got interrupted. I haven't gone back. I'm waiting for Black Friday so that I can get a deal on Peacock with no ads, because the ads on Peacock are ridiculous.
Yeah, I've got Peacock with ads, and yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's pretty ridiculous how many you have to go through to.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for that. Once Black Friday hits and I can get it on a better deal, then I'm gonna sign back. I still have it, and I have it with the ads, but that show is it's so hard to watch that show with all the ads that they put in it.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I've been kind of burning through it the last couple nights. Just kids are in bed. I've got the house to myself, and Danielle's not the biggest fan of the show, so I was like, I'm just gonna go through it, and I hope I'll finish it tonight. But it's I'm glad you brought it up, Rich, because I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah, it's great.
But yeah, I love the first season. The first season was fantastic, and I'm just I'm really looking forward to season 2 with the tournament and everything. So.
Yeah, and I'll say that I love the first season too, and the first like episode or two of the second season, I was like, I like it, but I was like, I don't know. And then the build throughout has been so good, so good. They did it right, and like the casting's perfect too, because I was unsure of Calypso at first, and now the more time I've seen him, I'm like, this dude's perfect. Like just super creepy and just like vindictive, but also has that goofiness to him. He's perfect.
You're just saying that he doesn't have eyebrows.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Picking on poor alopecia people.
And then this isn't like anything, but other things I've watched is I finally, after, I guess it came out in 93, so I don't want to do the math, but it's been forever. Finally sat down and watched Training Day, which is an awesome movie.
I've still never seen it.
Denzel.
You've never seen Training Day? Oh man,
Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke. And that's good.
Movie. Yeah, I've got that on DVD.
Did you finish Peacemaker season 2?
Yes.
What'd you think?
I liked it. It was good.
I was a big fan of it. What sucks is, how is that going to be more emotional than like half the stuff that's supposed to be emotional? Peacemaker wasn't supposed to make me cry.
I know you told me to watch it, but I had to kind of make sure that there was no kids around on that one.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the orgy scene.
Okay. Now
you definitely need to make sure there's no kids around. After that, you're fairly in the clear. It's just violence and language. But
Michael Rooker's character too is good.
Oh, dude, yeah. He kills every role he gets, though. Yeah. So, like, I've never been disappointed in him.
Now that's definitely one I need to check out. I just we had just gotten HBO not that long ago, so we've been going through like the Danny McBride stuff. So now we're hopped over to Netflix to watch a couple documentaries, which there's one on the mob that's pretty good. The Philly mob one. That's a nice
allegedly
3-episode one. That's a good little watch.
You got to watch Creature Commandos too if you haven't on Netflix, or not Netflix, HBO.
No, don't watch Creature Commandos, because you want to talk about something else that'll make you cry. Do you ever want to watch a cartoon and cry as a grown man? Look, I'm a fat fucking grown man, and I was tearing up like a cubby bitch.
Dude, Up made me cry. So I don't.
Oh, Up is soul crushing.
Dude, Up in Coco.
I haven't seen Coco.
Dude,
Yeah,
Coco's sad. Those Pixar movies are just sad. So yeah, I can cry at a cartoon. I'm free to admit that. No, I choke up. How about that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with crying. It's just nobody wants to see my fat ass cry. It's not
Bob
a pretty
was gonna
sight.
talk about the weasel. The weasel's when you talk about crying. But besides the weasel, you get GI Robot, who was the greatest character ever created.
Yes,
Nazis
and Mina.
Yes,
dude, there was so much. At least GI comes back.
Yeah, GI Robot just wants to kill Nazis. That's all he's programmed to do. That's all he wants to do. That's all he does, and it's awesome.
Oh, dude, it was so good.
When they finally let him, can I kill Nazis, sir? Go ahead. It's just great.
So you said that's on HBO as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really dude, it's really good.
It's kind of like a spin-off of Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really good. It's all kidding aside, definitely watch that. Watch Peacemaker. Trying to think. I don't know what else on HBO is worth watching. Harley Quinn is good.
Yes.
But totally different vibe to that than to the other.
True Detective, is that the one we watched the first season of that with
Matthew McConaughey?
Yes, and Woody from
Woody Harrelson.
Thank you. Yes. Good show. Started watching the last season. It's got Jodie Foster in it, but I never finished it for whatever reason. It's entertaining though.
Yeah, like so we kind of were burning through the Danny McBride circuit. So did Vice Principals, did Righteous Gemstones, circling back around to Eastbound and Down. So I mean, I don't know.
Eastbound and Down is great.
Yeah, he just Danny McBride just does no wrong in my book. So I mean, hard to argue. Anytime I have that option, I'm going to watch it. So
I don't know how they got on the movies, but the end of the month we get the last season of Stranger Things too, which is looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to steal Netflix from somewhere. My mom has it, but it tells me that even though we're in the same zip code, we're too far away.
You brought that up in text the other day.
Yeah, my mom wanted to watch something on there, and it gave her the same thing. So I logged in and like, you can add a second. I forget exactly what they called it, but it was like a $9 a month add-on to get another user onto the thing.
Well, here's what pisses me off. My sister on the same network in her bedroom is able to watch it. But when I put it on the TV out here, it says, you're not near home.
Well, it's crazy too. And, this Netflix for a long time has had the screens thing too. And so, my kids typically in their bedroom, don't have TV service really other than, if I have, until we got YouTube TV. So we had the app. But even then, my daughter's television, we didn't have like, a Fire Stick or anything on it. It was just whatever apps were on it. Well, it's an old TV. So the only thing that worked was Netflix. So that's all she had for the longest time. And so she would have Netflix on. My son would have Netflix on. We'd try to watch something after hours, but like, too many screens. It's like, I'm giving you like $17 a month. Like, give me a break. Like, come on.
I still got to see the last season of Umbrella Academy too.
I didn't watch that.
You didn't watch Umbrella Academy?
I think it's on my list.
It's good. It's good.
I like Netflix for the documentaries. That's probably my favorite. To me, not all of them, but a good chunk of them, they are very well done. So I thought you were going to get the knife out, Rich, start like poking between your fingers.
No. I was looking for a adapter thing. We were watching, I say we, me and my mom, the Ed Gein thing on Netflix. That was really good. At least the parts of it I saw. I haven't finished it yet. Monster, I think it's called. Like every season's a different serial killer. The last one being Ed Gein with the guy from Sons of Anarchy. Charlie Hunnam playing Ed Gein.
Yeah, there's just several good ones. A lot of the ones we'll watch are most of the true crime ones. The ones that have been produced within the last 10 years are very, very good. They do a good job. It seems to be that, I don't know, because they've been doing it a little bit longer, they bring in the right people. Their documentaries to me are head and shoulders above Hulu or some of these others, in my opinion. I mean, I think Netflix just has a good market on that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna go
Speaking
back.
of movies,
Yeah, go for it, because I think we do need to circle all the way back around to the other console release. But I think this is a good transition into movies. Bob, what do you got?
yeah. So Nintendo has released the trailer for Super Mario Galaxy, and I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I really like the first one. This one looks like it's hitting the same kind of stuff. Looks like it's a mix almost of every 3D Mario, and the Princess Peach game even makes an appearance, kind of, where there was the upside down pyramids from Mario Odyssey. You've got Mario Kart World because they're driving like vehicles through the desert. You've got like I said, the Princess Peach, Super Princess Peach, or whatever it was called, the one that just came out not too long ago for the Switch, where she's fighting ninjas with her parasol. You've got Bowser Jr.
Wasn't there also some subtle nods to like even Paper Mario in that trailer a little bit?
Yeah, there was a ton of stuff. Like, it was packed, and it just looks like more fun in the Mario universe. I'm excited for it.
You know, when this runs its course after, what do you think, 5 movies? What do you think?
I think it'll make 3.
So, okay, at the end of the 3rd movie, though, the ultimate boss needs to be John Leguizamo.
Yes, I agree.
No, it looks fantastic. I love the first movie. We saw it in the theater and watched it multiple times since. Absolutely great. One of my more favorite animated films of the last several years. And I guess because that was our childhood, right? We talked about this before on here. We actually got the proper one that we deserved.
I mean, the only thing wrong with it was that Danny DeVito wasn't in it.
Exactly. We have a Yoshi, and they're not giving it to him.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I'm so looking forward to it. This looks right up my alley. I'm down for it, and I love the nods to everything. I saw that too at the pyramid. I was like, ooh, Odyssey. So, yeah. Rich, what did you think about it?
I don't remember how Bowser shrunk. So we had that scene in the beginning where he's inside of the shrunken castle.
Oh, they gave him a mini mushroom.
It looks okay. I mean, I watched the first one once, and it was good. And I don't know. I like the Bob Hoskins one.
Dude, I still remember seeing that with you and Matt Fury.
Yeah.
At the GCC 6.
I saw that at Cumberland Mall.
Did you?
Yeah. Old Cumberland. I had actually won a contest.
Oh no!
For that one, they had like a coloring thing, and I somewhere and I think I have this stuff somewhere because my parents kept everything, and I did too. They gave like buttons for the original movie. I have that stuff somewhere.
I never played Galaxy. I played a little bit of it, but not enough to really know who. I know Rosaline more from Smash than I do Mario. It looks okay. I didn't know Donkey Kong in it, but apparently Donkey Kong's going to be in his own movie.
Yeah, Donkey Kong's supposed to get his own movie.
You still got it.
Yeah, no, I've never played Galaxy at all because the Wii remote controls just never appealed to me, and I haven't played it for the Switch, so I'm right there with you. I know Rosalina from Mario Kart and Smash Brothers, and what else? What else has she been in? Mario Party?
Probably.
And you guys brought up. Oh, go ahead, Rich.
I was going to say, was she in tennis? Is somebody's?
Yeah, she's probably in golf and tennis.
I was going to say,
I'm not the target demographic, but the same thing with the Sonic movies. I saw the first Sonic movie, didn't care for it so much, but now there's like 5 of them, and I know my nephews really love all of them. So it's definitely for the youngers.
I've liked the Sonic movies too. I haven't seen 3 yet, but
I haven't either, but I like them too. Jim Carrey's a good Robotnik. But Rich, you brought up Smash. This made me think. So, and we joke about how many Mario movies are going to be. You did say, Donkey Kong's going to have his own. I think the Smash universe itself lends itself to be a potential good movie, just because of all the crossover character. But again, licensing and IP stuff could be maybe an issue to a degree there. But I think the Smash, titles lend themselves to be a movie more so, especially with Ultimate and the cinematics that happened in that. To me, that was very movie-like, even in short spurts, more so than Mario Kart. I don't know. I think that would be a good proper, side movie for them if that was ever discussed. I don't know, like a Royal Rumble type thing. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I just think the only problem is every company would want their person to come out on top.
Oh, you mean obviously? I mean, if it's going to be a Nintendo produced thing, you got to have.
Oh yeah.
I just want them to remake Bloodsport with the characters from Smash. That'd be awesome.
I thought you were going to say what the Care Bears.
Kumite. That's the plot. That's the plot of the Smash Brothers movie.
It's just Bloodsport.
Makes sense.
Guys, I think we might be onto something here. So
I think so too.
That's what gets released to the presses tomorrow. They're making a Smash movie, but it's just like Bloodsport.
Just Smash. It's kind of just like a shell on top of Bloodsport.
I think we can get the script written tonight.
They use the script's already fucking written. It's Bloodsport. Yeah. It's just you use CGI to put the Nintendo characters in it.
That's what I'm saying. All we have to do is sit here and just kind of splice in the characters a little bit.
Donkey Kong plays the ogre character. I can't think of the guy's real name. I guess Ganondorf would be Bolo Young, the main bad guy.
Yeah, Ganondorf's my boy. He's my favorite Smash character to use too.
and I wanted to bring that Captain Toad person that was with her in the thing too. So there was Captain Toad with Peach. Never mind then.
Yeah,
you could change that.
You get a Luma. You get Lumas, so you get stars.
Yeah, don't she make me invincible and then she dies when I touch her? That wouldn't be cool.
No. These are Lumas, not Starmen. Mm-hmm. So Steam's coming out with a new system.
Yeah. And it's funny. I tried to find record of us talking about this on pod, which sucked because I thought we did, and we didn't for whatever reason. But we did talk about off pod. We had record of this back to August. So this has been something that we've discussed for several months, just unfortunately not on here. Right. So, but we're going to talk about it here. Yeah, just go, because this is pretty cool.
So we've got the Steam Frame, which is going to be a VR headset that runs on Steam OS. And then you've got the Steam Box or Steam Machine.
Well, the headset, if you want to go back to the VR thing real quick, it runs on Steam OS locally, but you can also attach it to a computer to use as a headset with a computer to use the stuff before that. Yeah, so it does both, which is kind of cool.
That's awesome. That makes it even better.
I attached the one video to the notes and I didn't attach the other one. All the influencers, I guess there was some conference where they announced it, so people have already had their hands on the stuff, and they said that the VR was impressive because not only is it all that blah, 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 but it doesn't use room tracking. It uses cameras to track, so there's no external sensors, and they say they got the latency down so low that it's that was the big difference between why you want to use one with the room trackers versus the camera thing, is because the cameras aren't quite as accurate. But apparently this thing is just as accurate with the cameras and sensors built into the headset as the other stuff. Sounds impressive. Sounds neat.
So is there, I didn't watch the video. I've just been reading the articles and stuff, but I haven't really looked at the frame at all. Does it have the pass through like the Apple Vision so that you can kind of wear it and still kind of walk around?
No, this sounds more like it's just VR.
Just VR. I mean, still cool.
Yeah.
Still cool. I'm not really interested in it because I'm not a big VR guy, but I love seeing advances in the market and in that space, because anytime that stuff gets better, everything else is going to get better too.
Mm.
So I love seeing advances in VR. Plus, little kid me remembers going into places like Reality Bites on the Ocean City Boardwalk and playing that pterodactyl game and thinking, wow, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And now to have actual real VR that's, actually playable instead of 10 frames per second, it makes me happy. But then there's the Steam machine itself. And dude, so basically a computer for a gaming PC for your living room that runs on Steam OS. They're saying it's closer to a PS5, but it's middling between the Xbox Series S and the PS5. The difference is the GPU. It has 8 gigs of video RAM instead of 10 to 12. So, you're not getting as good a performance out of it as you would the PS5. But still, for somebody like me I don't game on the PC at all, this is making me want to enter that space. This is a perfect entry point for somebody like me, depending upon the price, obviously.
Yeah. I was going to say that's the important point. We don't know that price point yet, but what about physically? I know we talked on and off here about the specs a little bit, but what about the physical, the aesthetics? What have you guys seen? What this thing looks like? What do you think? Yeah, what do you guys think about that looks of this thing?
I like it, but I like the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, it's clean, it's straightforward. But yeah, no, you're right. It's spec right in between the Series S Xbox and the PS5. And I think I mentioned to Bob off pod, Rich, that the only thing that really struck me as any different was that, to me, this lends itself to be maybe a little more PC. Was the fact that it also had a display port, not just HDMI. So, which typically your consoles are straight HDMI only and have been for years.
It is a PC. It's almost like those media center PCs you used to get back and really did that just for gaming. And the GPU is a little nicer than it's like Bob said, it's not the highest end GPU, but because they've built the software and the hardware and everything, whatever, they said that they were able to squeeze the performance out of it so you can actually, even though it's lower end, it does ray tracing and some other things. And then that I haven't played with Steam OS because you need to have one of their devices. You can't just install it on anything. But it lets you play any game, almost any game on Steam, even if it was built for Windows. Like, that's the problem I had with my Mac, is if I wanted to play a Steam game that was built for Windows, I'd have to run it in parallel or in a boot camp drive. But with Steam OS, you can run just anything, even though it's I'm guessing it's a Linux core. I don't know. Like I said, I've never played with it.
Yeah, I've never messed with it either. And yeah, and that's what their website. If you actually pull the Steam website and what the Steam machine is, and one of their taglines is this. And the reason why I made the PC comment was, yeah, Steam machine is optimized for gaming, but it's still your PC, so you can install your own apps or even another OS, which is pretty cool. But also harkens back to the days of the PS3 release, whenever you can install
on it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's interesting to me. I like the form factor. I like the fact that it's very malleable. You can do with it as you please. I think that's really cool.
This makes more sense than the Xbox ROG X Ally 2X, whatever the fuck thing is called, the little handheld Xbox that is overpriced.
No, I agree 100%. The only thing that I'm sketchy with on it is the controller.
People said they liked the controller, the new one. Apparently, there was issues with the first one they did, but people seem to like this new one from the little bit of demo they got with it at whatever that convention was.
I'll throw a little bit of Rich. It is Linux based. It's actually the newest version is based on Arch Linux. But it's funny though that this is one thing I didn't realize, that the actual first SteamOS versions were based on Debian, but they date all the way back to 2013. So this isn't necessarily anything new. It's been in development for quite some time, but for them to officially go all in with a box that, you know, is being released, let's not kid ourselves here, it's being released to be a console competitor, even though, you know, it is, PC really. I mean, it's interesting. It's cool. You know, I am certainly curious about the price point though. Where is this going to land? Do you guys have any good guesses as to what you might think this would cost?
I'm going 400.
Rich, penny for your thoughts? Actually, I don't know if you're allowed to say penny for your thoughts anymore. Yeah, nickel for your thoughts.
I think 4 is too low. I'm thinking more around 5 or 6, depending on the graphics card and stuff like that. I'm trying to think who they're trying to get as a target audience too. Like, are they trying to, as Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo keep raising the prices on their consoles and even the older generation, this may be trying to hit a price point where you can overtake that. I'm wondering why they're doing it now. And like I said, who they're trying to target. And this would give them the full monopoly to this. Would give them a system, well, a second system, because I guess they have the handheld. But they have their marketplace, and now they have the hardware that the marketplace runs on top of. So we're still never going to get Half-Life 3. And it's I don't know.
All right.
Well, they're coming out with 2 different versions of it. There's the 512 gig, and then there's the 2 terabyte. So I think it'll launch. I think the 512 will launch at probably around $399, and then you'll have your premium version, which will obviously be more like 5.
So let's do this. Here's a little more information, because you brought up the Steam Deck. As we sit here today, the 256 LCD version is $399. The 512 OLED is $549. The 1 terabyte OLED is $649. So I know we're talking a little bit of apples and oranges here, but some of the tech specs are very similar, even being a handheld, with Wi-Fi and that sort of thing. So with those price figures in mind, what do you think, Rich?
Yeah, I still think 6, 5 to 6.
Okay.
I don't think less than 5.
I'm gonna split the difference here. I think we're talking an entry point at $499 with a max out of $599 for the premium. I don't, because really the only difference is the storage, isn't it? There's no other difference, correct? Yeah. So you're gonna have $100 or $150 difference maybe tops in storage. I don't know where the market's at right now.
And it's expandable via micro SD.
Yeah. So the differences are. Oh, I just went back to the wrong one. Okay, so yeah, I'm just looking to see the Steam Deck comparing these comparative. So we're talking, maybe $150 difference. I think is probably the marker. So what, $499 and I don't know, $649, but they may drop it a little bit to. What did they give a release date to this thing yet?
No, it's early 2026, I think, is what they said.
Okay. Yeah, so they'll have some pretty strict pricing then, because they don't have to worry about holidays at that point.
Right. And honestly, I think I know you guys think I'm going low, but I really think that they're trying to. This is based on the fact that the Steam Deck itself, you said, starts at $399, right?
Correct.
And this is a system that's, if you want to look at it in a certain way, is less complicated than the Steam Deck itself. So that's where my thought process went, was that the cheapest one would be as cheap as the cheapest Steam Deck.
No, that's fair.
And then you go up from there.
No, it's fair. the point was brought up too about like Rich, I think you said it about who you're marketing to. I think this serves itself honestly as a great entry point into those people that really dig PC gaming but might not be able to afford a nice rig, that are big console gamers, but just don't want to sink the 1,000, 2,000, don't want to build it out for thousands of dollars basically. And this would be a nice entry point for someone saying, hey, this is a nice spec'd out little machine that I have a little gamer now, that's not just an Xbox or a PS5. It's something I can manipulate a little further. I don't know. I think that's a good market to hit, honestly, because there's a lot of people that are like that.
And what I'm wondering is how customizable it'll be, if it'll be customizable. I know obviously with the Steam Decks, you're looking at something that's more of a closed system and there's not much real room for improvement. But I'm wondering if you'll be able to, if it'll be modular at all. You'll be able to add RAM, if you'll be able to add, say the graphics card goes out, if you'll be able to replace it, that kind of stuff. I would assume not, because I think that they're probably building basically a consoleized version of a gaming PC.
Yeah.
But
I would say storage is probably the only thing that you'll be able to really manipulate, in my opinion, kind of akin to the PS5. But beyond that, I don't know. Looking at the aesthetics of it, I don't know. It looks very compact. I just don't know. It'd be really cool if it was nice and slot based. You know what I mean? Just pop and go, right? But they don't make things like that anymore. They want to make sure that you can't do anything with it, so that you buy another one when it breaks.
Playing the obsolescence at its best. Thanks, capitalism.
So it does look cool. I don't know that I'd jump out and get one necessarily, but unless there was a cool, like really nice entry point on the price. But no, it's exciting. It's cool. Because look, we've talked about here multiple times about really the end days of the console, and we kind of knew that things were going to be shifting different directions, and this honestly makes sense. As a wave to that. So
yeah, as much as I'm a physical media person, and I think obviously I've made that well known. If anything's going to get me into computer gaming, it's being able to pick up a game on Steam for $2, versus paying $50 for Madden on PS5. I'll be able to get play games that are AAA titles routinely through Humble Bundle and all that stuff go on sale. And I know I have some games in a Steam library that I can't play because I have a Mac.
And my son, like one of the games he plays the most is BeamNG, which is he has my Steam account, and it's pretty much littered with BeamNG stuff, and then whatever other games that he plays that are all just through that, which they might be available through other ways like Teardown, what have you, but he knows them through Steam. So I think for someone like him, this would be like, ooh, now I can just hook this sucker up to a television.
Is Baseball Mogul on Steam?
I don't know. Let's see. Let's check out the store.
Because that could be that's a selling point right there for me.
Which
is ridiculous, because that game is so basic, I can play it on a frickin' 486.
So there are several versions of Baseball Mogul on Steam, but nothing real recent. So the last one they put was 2018.
That's fine. I don't need recent.
So
I'll start in the 70s.
You can buy 2015 for $5. So there you go.
Yeah, but isn't it? It's free for PC, right? At this point, 2015, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe I'll just keep playing that on the PC then. But still, it's nice to know it's there.
We did have a couple more video game notes. One thing I do was we're going to do another episode at one point before we pile off finish off on the video game stuff here. Another episode we're going to do. I'm going to hit you guys up for your fast food stuff. I had a really fun episode with Danielle Brooks and Bink that was ridiculous, and really wish you guys could hear the unedited version because Rich, you would have thought you were there. It was hysterical. It was good time. But I'm gonna have to get your thoughts on that because it was really fun and it elicited some really different conversations. And I'll leave it at that. We'll tease that out for the next time around. But I did have something in here on our notes. Legend of Zelda Lego sets.
Oh yeah, we have two things to talk about still. The Legend of Zelda Lego sets, which I'm not a big Lego guy. Rich, I know you're pretty into Legos. Did you see any of this stuff?
Well, they have the Deku tree set out now, and then there was a leak for one that was coming out that's gonna have. Is it Ocarina of Time? No, it's I don't know. Apparently, there's Zelda and Link in minifigure form for something coming out soon. I don't remember which one it is.
I think I saw something. It's like Ganondorf's Tower or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, it's the fight with him as a pig. So it was like the end of Ocarina of Time, the last battle.
Nice.
What it was.
I've seen a couple pictures of these things, and I really didn't dive into too much with it, but they're super cool looking. And I'm not a big Lego guy either. My son is. But I respect the game. I'll say that, and they're super cool. I just wish Legos weren't so darn expensive.
I've run out of room for Legos, but there's two sets that are coming out. Well, one's out already that are just super cool, but I think both of them are $400. It's the Goonies set where one side's One-Eyed Willie's boat, and when you flip it around, it's little scenes from the movie with all of the characters. And the other one is the Enterprise from the Next Generation. It's the first Star Trek Lego set. And that's also like a $400 set, and it's coming out on Black Friday.
Yeah, and they spelled boldly wrong.
Yes, they did.
Nice. Yeah, that's the part that kills me. I see some of the ones, and it's like, man, so cool, but good God, like the price point is just like, oh.
Yeah.
I missed. I got the Simpsons house. That was the first Simpsons one they did. I missed the Quickie Mart. They have the Krusty Burgers out now. I have a feeling you should pick the Quickie Mart. So it goes for a lot of money, like on the secondary market. It's nuts.
Yeah,
That's the thing. They retire sets, which is annoying.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I need to start sitting there and just like, saying, oh, you know what? $250, $300, not a big deal because I can turn it around on secondary and double my money in like a year.
Yeah.
I need to really start thinking about that. It seems more viable than playing the stock market. And my other thing of, my background here of playing the slot machines, that's even worse. So
yeah.
We have one last note, and we got to hit this one hard. We said we'd bring up Tommy Tallarico again. I know Bob is a big fan of these things, so we got to hear him out on more game key card madness.
Yeah. So remember when game key cards came out and Nintendo was like, "Yeah, we're never going to use game key cards." Well, guess what? They fucking lied because that's what Nintendo does. So Pokopia, which I'm going to be honest, I had no interest in getting anyway, so I'm not the target audience for that. Pokopia was announced, and it's going to be on a fucking game key card. So I definitely double won't be getting it now. The game looks interesting, and maybe if it would come on a like a regular game card and it went on sale, I'd pick it up and check it out. But no, it's a fucking game key card. It can suck my ass.
This is the Dragon Quest builders with Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Where you get to play a creepy Ditto that can turn into people.
So the Ditto, I mean, look, if we're being real here, basically the Ditto finds a dead Pokemon trainer and mimics the body. And it's weird because it's
Finds a dead Pokemon trainer or kills a Pokemon trainer.
hey, maybe it kills the Pokemon trainer and then takes its form like the thing.
I just think it's really funny because go back to when we were doing all the ragging on Tommy Talrico and the Amico, and you could go back, and this is really funny. So I found this archived thread, and I assume it's him. I mean, it's listed as him. It might just be someone pretending it's him. But going back and talking about these cards, and the with the keys or whatever.
This was the NFC RFID things.
Yeah.
Right. So like he was doing this stuff, talking about it like 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, this wasn't like anything that it just turned out that like when we started talking about it, it kind of hit the light of day. And it's cracks me up because he's been talking about it for several years now. We hit it hard. What, it's been 3 or 4 years now, right? I mean, seems like it. At least heavy the last 2-3 years. And it's like, we really goofed on it, really ragged on him. And man, sure enough, Nintendo's like, here you go. It's like, and we talked about that already with Switch 2 stuff.
At least they're not NFCs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or NFT.
Yes. I wasn't sure if Tom was right. Going back to Tommy Talrico real quick, or the Intellivision, Atari's been putting out a pile of stuff for some anniversary or whatever. I actually picked up this cool little Atari tablet that has a trackball and a paddle thing on it.
You got that?
I did. It's really cool.
Nice.
Then you can sideload all the shit into it, and it's basically just an emulation tablet with really cool controls on it. Works well. But they also are releasing an Intellivision mini system, like the Nintendo Mini, through Atari. That basically is the Amico just without the stupid controllers, and it's actually coming out. And because of the Amico chip, there's some games on it that they couldn't license because Amico lost the license to somebody else. So it's not getting Astro Smash and a couple other like classic television games, which is kind of weird.
That sucks.
And there's also, this is not Atari doing it, but there's a Kickstarter right now that I think already reached their goal for a Vectrex mini system.
Yes.
Using all that. It's really cool. And the price on it wasn't terribly expensive either, from what I remember. I didn't back it because I have it, whatever. But yeah, it looks cool.
Let me see if I can find that. You said it was a Kickstarter, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. What's the
Google
Vectrex Mini?
Probably.
That sounds about right. Oh wow, that's cool looking.
Yeah, it's OLED. What's neat about this is again, this is a Kickstarter, so we don't know if it'll ever come out or whatever, even if it hits the thing. But they're saying that their controllers that they have, and apparently this is already there. They have units that people saw at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. They brought them somewhere. The controllers will work with the other old Vectrexes. It's a dongle that you plug into the front, and then they're Bluetooth controllers. Nice. But they're analog and completely 100% compatible with the original Vectrex, which is cool. So I might, if it comes out, get a controller. But
yeah, I'm seeing it. It's in euros, about €100 for a Founder Edition, which what is that? A couple $100. I'm not sure what the exchange rate is off the top of my head. I guess I
like 120, 125, something like that.
Yeah, so I guess after. So yeah, really, it's cool looking though. Yeah. I like it. Yeah, I like that.
I'd rather get that than the fucking Virtual Boy thing.
Yeah, I still can't figure that out. What's that? I don't know. I don't get it. All right. Let's finish. Is there any last things we didn't discuss, video game wise, that are on top of your guys' mind before we close up shop?
Hades 2 is awesome. And there's another game that just came out that's like, it's a rogue like breakthrough game, but you're playing a guy that's moving the paddle back, and it's what the hell is it called? I played it for a while on the PS5, and because it came as a recommended game, saying that it was like game of the year.
Pong Combat.
No, it's something I remember. Pong Combat. It's like pit something or other, pit ball thing.
Pitfall.
Bolex Pit is what it's called. And it's a fantasy roguelike that mixes elements of games like Peggle and Vampire Survivors. You do get like really big Vampire Survival vibes from it, because as you're going through and you level up the balls that you get, you're hearing that sound where they're constantly killing enemies and gathering experience. So it's that noise that you get from Vampire Survivor, where you're going on a really good run and you're just constantly plowing through the enemies.
All right, what was the name of this game again, Rich?
Bolex Pit.
All right.
Bolex
I see it. Yeah. All right, you sold me. So you said Peggle, and I was like, I'm in. And Vampire Survivors.
And Vampire Survivor, yeah.
I'm in. Yep, I'm in. Yep, don't have to sell me on anything else.
I've been playing Pokemon Legends.
And this could be another. This is one of the things where I'm almost upset as Bob gets at things. But one of my favorite games of all time, and it was a computer game, was Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I think it's one of the greatest RPGs that ever existed. It was a computer game. It was based off of the Vampire the Masquerade tabletop role-playing game, and I guess people LARP it too, but I've never LARPed it. And Vampire the Masquerade 2 was in development for a while, and then it went through development hell where like I think the company that was building it, or developers that were building it, either got bought out or went bankrupt or whatever, so then it got pushed around to other things. It finally came out, and it's not Vampire the Masquerade's Bloodlines. It's something a little completely different almost. It's just it's I will probably finish it because I did buy it, but it's not fun. It's missing all the charm that the original one had, and it's very much more of an action RPG than the original one was like an RPG. And it's just, it could have been so much more, especially following through the development of the Bloodlines 2 before the old developers got canned or whatever. It's just a bummer.
Sorry, I'm still stuck on this Bolex Pit.
Bolex Pit's definitely the way to go. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, or whatever the hell it's called. Skip that one.
Okay, I appreciate that. No, I'm gonna buy this sucker right now.
It's not terribly expensive, isn't it? It's like $25, maybe something like that. $20,
$15.
$15, yeah.
Yeah. All I had to do was say Peggle, man. That hit home.
It's fun. You like between the game elements where you're actually playing the game, you find blueprints that let you unlock characters and things that'll let you, of course, level up your things because it's the roguelike aspect. So there's like world building along with the like SimCity type world building.
All right, so this might just be my favorite game
of all
time. I've never even played it.
It's definitely one of those one more round type games too, like where you're sitting there and you're playing it, and the next thing you know, it's 5 hours later.
All right, yeah. Just stop selling me. You've already sold me. I'll buy it 3 times now.
Yeah.
Bob, what about you, man? What do you got?
I've just been playing Pokemon Legends ZA. Got about 80 hours into it now, I think. Beat the game, waiting for the DLC to come out. I know I shit on the fact that the DLC was already done. I'm glad it's already done, because if I had to wait much longer than December, I'd completely lose interest in the game, and I wouldn't play I probably wouldn't play the DLC.
So. To quote the genius poet laureate of our times, you're the problem, it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the problem. It's me.
Yeah.
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me.